With the launch of these protocols for safe travel, what does this mean for both domestic and international tourists?
Thank you, Vicky. This is a very good initiative, a joint initiative by government and private sector. What it will do is that it will create a virtually a safe zone where you arrive at an airport that is safe, go into a van or transport that is safe. Then after that, you get into a safe hotel. You can go to a safe park. You can go to safe beaches. You can go to safe mountains. So this actually is now the blueprint of the health and safety aspects of our tourism industry. So we want all the tourists who are coming to feel safe when we finally reopen for tourism. We want them to feel safe, and we want to ensure that the chances of cross-infection of COVID are very, very limited.
The four major protocols, of course, are the ones that the Ministry of Health had already put in place, like sanitizing your hands, wearing a mask, and social distancing. In your as the tourism player sector, which other ones probably would, Kenyans would want to know, what other ones have you incorporated in this?
This is a 47-page document, and it has a lot of detail because what it does, it breaks down every step. Like now, how do you arrive? Temperature checks. Are you given sanitizer at that point? After you enter the main entrance at the gate, how do you enter again? A secondary check at the hotel entrance, another secondary check at the reception. Every time you move from one area to another, maybe you're moving from the reception to the restaurant, another check, more sanitization. So you find that the detail here is so heavy that if you follow it step by step, then this is something that you can also use as a person individually at home, implement it in some of your areas at home. You can implement it for transport in matatus. You can implement it for markets. So we want to believe that this will be the protocol that will show the rest of the sectors that they can also develop and be safe.
You started implementing these protocols. What's your at least your expectation in the next maybe a few months to come in terms of revival of the industry?
You saw that we launched here a study that we did with Kenyatta University on Monday. And that study had a 4-step approach where we were recommending we first start with community travel. So travel within where you are initially, once the lockdown measures are removed. Then inter-county travel, which is domestic tourism. Then from there, regional travel, which is within the East Africa region, then internationally. So once we are able to do that, we are actually able to do a test run of the protocols, first of all at community level, secondly at inter-county level, then at regional and at international. So we expect that initially there will be a lot of demand for people to just go out to the next facility that's available near you to experience, because people have been locked in for such a long time. So what we expect is that we will see a very high spike of demand for community and inter-county travel, and then we'll start seeing now demand for regional picking up and demand for international picking up, even though for us, we already had international bookings set for August. So they were just waiting for us to open.
Lastly, Mike, there's the issue of pricing. What are your recommendations? Because as the sector opens up, like the CS said, people would want to travel, but then the issue of pricing in those hotels, what's your recommendation?
In terms of pricing, we have seen a lot of people coming up with the new price structures. But the truth of the matter is that if you look at our inputs, our revenue, 35% goes to staff in salaries. They have 10% tip that is paid by the guest. And then around 25% of our costs go to paying suppliers. Because you take a typical hotel, they only own the building and the furniture. Everything else is outsourced. The cabbage is outsourced. The nyama is outsourced. Coca-Cola is outsourced. Beers are outsourced. Soap for the bathroom is outsourced. Towels are cleaned. We have to pay for power. So if you look at the total input costs that go with operating a hotel, you will find that it is at times very difficult to bring prices to the level that the domestic market would expect. But you can also bring the prices to an affordable level because everybody wants a bargain. That's the truth. So if you want to go to a 5-star facility and you want to pay maybe $50 or 5,000 bob, maybe the hotel can be able to deliver that service at 7,000 or 8,000 as opposed to 12,000. So when these packages, travel packages start coming through and promotions, I would urge Kenyans to take full advantage. And again, there's products and services across the entire spectrum. There are some people who do not want to be in a big 5-star hotel, but they want to travel. They probably want to be in an apartment, in a place like Ukunda, for example. And you find that there are products that are suited for those people. So what we should not ignore is what we would term as the SME subsector of tourism, because it does exist. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time.
Asante.
Masharia Muthondu, CEO, Kenya Association of Hotel Keepers and Caterers, speaking to Metropole TV.